Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Rhonda. This is Yarncore DIY. And I know last week I gave you all a tutorial because I had spent most of last week sick. Feeling better. I'm still I don't know if it's because the weather keeps going up and down or what. I just don't feel 100%. I'm not feeling super motivated. I'm not feeling super creative either. And so yeah, I don't know. I'm just feeling bleh. So for an update on the 75 medium, I fell off. I stopped doing it. I didn't. Okay. I didn't exactly stop doing it, but I stopped tracking it when I was sick. And then I didn't get back in the habit because that's how easy it is for me as a person to just be like, oopsie. So I was trying to figure out, how do I get back on track? Do I just want to start at 75 again? Which I am going to. But for the point of this video, I decided last week that I was going to let ChatGPT come up with my schedule. I have been seeing like ads for apps like Motion AI, and I just constantly get it because I am a planner person. So I get ads for planners, I get ads for apps that plan your schedule. I'm constantly trying to figure out how to plan my schedule. So I was like, what if I just use ChatGPT and input stuff? So that's what I did. And that's what we're going to talk about. I'm going to work on my temperature blanket. We're going to talk about the pros and cons of letting ChatGPT figure out your schedule. We'll go over the pros first. Actually, restructure. We're going to go over how I did it, what prompts I used, what inputs I did, all that stuff. And then we'll talk about how my week went. But I didn't really record much this week because I also did start a part-time job. Yay. It's not the best. It's low pay, but it's fun. And that was something I needed. I needed something to, I don't know. I just needed something. So I work on weekends for a part-time job. The place is only open on weekends. It's very nostalgic. It's very fun. I enjoy it very much. And I did my first week and now I'm excited. I also get paid weekly. So I already saw my first check and I was just like, even though it's not a lot of money, it's just nice that I earned some money, and it's definitely a motivator, and it definitely cheers me up a little bit. So there's that. But I'm gonna grab my stuff in my blanket. I only have 2 days that I need to catch up on, and I'm gonna work on that. And we're gonna talk about the pros, cons, and how I let ChatGPT do my schedule. Alright, I'm getting this out because I don't want to have to keep reaching over the camera for y'all. But I guess we could also start talking about how I did this and why I did this. I already kind of mentioned it in the intro, but I was doing the 75 medium. I got partway through, and I don't want to call it a failure. I'm going to call it a temporary pause. I paused. I fell off. I didn't finish it. So, 1 second. So I got sick and I just didn't want to track anything. I had like a fever over the weekend. I was coughing. I didn't feel good. And I just didn't want to pay attention to any of that. It wasn't my priority. My only priority was like, I wanted to feel better and I needed to feel better. For those of you that know me in real life, you guys know that I spent a good portion of the year 2023 and 2024 just sick all the time. So for me, when I start to get sick, I instantly want to do whatever I can to feel better. So I spent the whole weekend in bed. I didn't do anything. I was just like, oh my God, I'm losing motivation. I just need to feel better. It was my only focus. When I did start to feel better, I just didn't want to do the 75 thing anymore. I didn't do it for 4 days, and I completely stopped wanting to do it. So this is where the issue came in. Monday came around, and I started falling back into my old habit of sleeping in super late. I didn't want to get out of bed. I was just like, okay, here we are again. I'm falling back into this. What do I do? And that's when I came up with the idea. My dog just came in. Hi, buddy. So sorry. My dog wanted to go outside, so I had to help him outside and do all that. But I am back. I don't remember where I left off. I think I had stopped at like right where I was saying that I decided I needed to come up with a plan. So naturally my brain went, get a planner. But we all know how planners work for me. I've said it in other videos, but for those of you who are new here or haven't watched my other videos, planners work for like 3 months and then I stopped using them. I've looked into digital planners, but they're so expensive right now that I just can't bring myself to buy one, but I am thinking about it. And then I was like, what if I just let ChatGPT come up with a schedule? So that's what I did. I was like, okay, I'm going to let ChatGPT do this. I'm going to figure out a schedule this way and see what happens. So once I had figured out what and how I was going, or what and why I was going to do to get myself a schedule, I thought, okay, how am I going to do this? Because I could just be like, there's a whole thing about prompt engineering, right? Like you have to know what you're asking and make sure that it has all the correct information. So the first thing I did was come up with a goal for myself to complete. And that goal is to get my house organized. I want to get my house clean. I want to deep clean it. I want to get rid of some clutter, and that's been my goal the whole time I've been unemployed, but I just, haven't been following through because I like to sleep in, and then I go to the gym, and then Dylan's home, and I don't want to do anything. So I thought, this will be the main goal. So my first prompt was, give me a schedule that lets me deep clean my house. And then I put in how many bedrooms my house had, how many bathrooms it had, just general information. And that was good. It came up with a schedule. Am I attached to another yarn down here? One second. Sorry, I thought I had disconnected everything from the previous row because I wasn't using any of the same colors, but I had not, and I was very tangled. But anyways, I gave it all that information, and the first schedule was good. I gave it a time frame. So basically the entire time that Dylan was at work, I wanted to be doing something to improve the house. I wanted to have a schedule so I just wasn't meandering around all day. But it also didn't leave me any time for crocheting or creativity or going to the gym. So took that schedule. I said, okay, keep this schedule. And then I added in, give me some time for video editing, crocheting, and at least an hour and a half of time at the gym every day. And that schedule was really good. It has me going to the gym at the same time every day. It also includes times for me to eat now that it knows I'm going to the gym, because before that it was just like clean all day. At the end of the day, it leaves some time for crocheting. I just hit that. At the end of the day, it leaves some time for crocheting and also gives you just like quiet time, basically, like time for myself, because I had put that in there. I wanted to make sure I got all the things that were important to me, and I put them in the schedule. As I was looking at it though, it expected me to have the house completely deep cleaned in 5 days only. So I thought to myself, I need more than 5 days because I have been slacking, and there are some things that are going to need to be organized, and it's going to take a little bit longer than the hour to an hour and a half time that has allotted me to work on, like, say, this one room. Like, if I work on, once I get everything down and organized and maintained, yeah, an hour and a half is fine. I can get sweeping, I can get mopping, I can do the whatever. It's going to not be an issue. But because I've been putting it off and putting it off, I need to, like, separate my winter clothes. There's just stuff that I need to do that's going to take a little bit longer that ChatGPT didn't know about. So I decided to change that up. I said, make this schedule over the course of 3 weeks. Starting week 2 right now. Just let you know. And it was very vague, and I didn't really like it. So I decided to go back to the original schedule that was only 1 week and do that for a week. And then I'm going to start the next week off by adjusting the schedule, adding in any differences in the week, any appointments, anything like that will help me figure out, like, okay, I need to move this here, I need to move this here, I need to make adjustments. But so that was it. That was the how and the why. I came up with a prompt, added in some non-negotiables, adjusted the time frame, adjusted the time limit, and then figured out which of the 3 schedules that it gave me that I wanted to work with. Now let's talk about the pros. So now that you have the how and the why, how was it executed? Poorly, but there were still a lot of pros. I really enjoy the schedule, and I think it can work if you stick to it. And as we know, and as I've talked about, I am not good at sticking to schedules. So what had happened was, I started off strong. Monday, I cleaned up the whole main bedroom in the house, cleaned it up, went through my closet, organized, took stuff out. I even took a bunch of stuff to donation, and I even took a bunch of stuff to, like, Plato's Closet, or, those other places that buy and sell. And what they didn't take, they're still in my trunk, but they are on the plan for the next week of, okay, I'll go to a different place and we'll do this. So that was a win. Day 2, woke up, had my breakfast, did everything, got the main bathroom cleaned and shower scrubbed and all of that. Going really well. Was getting my gym time in, eating my meals on time. It's what's needed. And I don't know if it's me and, like, my ADHD brain, or if it's, like, the structure of the military for my formative adult years, or what, but I love having a schedule. Like, I love it. I feel accomplished as I'm checking stuff off. Like, yep, I did that. Yep, I did that. Yep, I did that. All of it worked out really well. And I was like, okay, this is going to work. This is going to work. Wednesday, same thing. It was going great. And then I had a friend who just, like, needed something or needed help with something, and my whole schedule just halted. I didn't adjust. I didn't add anything in, and I didn't, like, realign things. And that's where we are now. So let's talk about the cons. Oh my gosh, I just hit the camera. Anyways, let's talk about the cons. The cons of letting ChatGPT make your schedule. And honestly, I don't think there's any cons that you can directly associate with the ChatGPT schedule. I think the cons will come depending on what kind of brain you have. Plain and simple. So like I said, for me and how my brain functions, it was going great. I added the checklist to my phone of all the things I wanted to accomplish that day. I let myself know that, like, hey, this is what time that you need to finish. So when I would start a task, that was one thing. I would set a timer for the next, for the end of it, so then I could start on to the next and know, like, hey, you've got 10 minutes left. Maybe you should wrap this up because you have to move on to the next task. Because for me, if I don't have like a time frame or a block of, like a window block, I will just keep doing that thing until the end of the day. And sometimes in the process of cleaning my house, I make it messier than it was when I started. So there was that. Like I said, none of these are really sounding like cons. These are all pros. But I think it, like I said, I think it comes down to what kind of brain you have. Because for me, as soon as anything threw a wrench into that schedule, I was like, all right, I'm done. That's it. Can't do this schedule anymore. It's too rigid. I need to break it up a little bit. I need to do something else. But that's not the schedule's fault. That's a me thing. So I think what I'm going to do for this upcoming week, because this week is already Tuesday, I worked yesterday at my part-time job, and so like I didn't do anything. But what I think I'm going to do is I have my paper planner. I think every Friday or Saturday night, maybe even early Sunday morning, I'm going to do it again. I'm going to say, hey, make this schedule again, but add in this on this day, and adjust accordingly for those things. So I don't just get completely like thrown off. For me, I always just imagine, that scene in A Bug's Life when they're like marching around and then the leaf falls and the ant is like, I'm lost. That's me. I will be marching to my own orders, following my schedule, and then a leaf of disruption falls and I'm just lost. I can't do it. Don't know what to do. That's it. Game over. But yeah, that's how my brain works. So I have to come up with a plan to make this work for me, because I cannot just be sitting around. It makes me feel so unaccomplished. It makes me feel so useless. It is really bad for my mental health. So that's what I'm going to do. This week I'm going to chalk it up to a loss. I have some small goals that I need to meet, and then I work on Friday, Saturday. I'm off on Sunday. So what I am going to do is just come up with a better way to accommodate and adjust and adapt to interruptions. And if you guys have any tips or tricks for that, please comment below, because I am trying to get my life together. I'm trying to figure out a plan to not just let my ADHD brain just wander around the house. Yeah. Some other things to mention is it's hard to schedule creativity. So that is going to be something that I'm going to need to work on when it comes to these schedules, because I would give myself every day from 5 to 7 time to crochet and time to like edit my videos and like come up with stuff like this. But because it was scheduled, I would just get like frozen. I would have no ideas. My creativity would come to a complete halt unless I was working on this, which I should be working on right now. Good reminder. Unless I was working on this or like a project that I had already started, I couldn't get myself to start anything. I couldn't get myself to finish anything. I would just be like, what do I do? What do I do with my hands? It was very frustrating, to be honest. So I don't know how that will work, because like I said, scheduling creativity doesn't seem to work. And if you're another creative brain out there, I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. But I do want to continue to come up with content, come up with crochet ideas. I want to crochet for more than just like, oh, I'm going to make this because it's something to do with my hands. I like to be creative. I like to try new things. I want to try new stuff. So I don't know. Maybe I need to give myself one free for all day during the week. where I just crochet and edit and do like videos like this and talk to you guys about how my week is going, or organizing stuff. Maybe I need to cut down the hours that I'm going to be cleaning the house, which, like I said in the previous part, I think once I get everything organized and put away for the season, it won't take an entire day to get the house clean or to get a room clean or to do whatever. But I don't know. Just trying to figure it out. Like I said, we're just doing our best out here. What else is a con? So for me, the issue of limiting stuff to one room, actually, no, I think this might be a pro. Limiting things to one room keeps me from grabbing something, moving into the other room, saying, okay, this doesn't belong in room A, let me take it to room B. And then when I get to room B, I'm like, this is where this goes, but there's no space for it. So let me start cleaning room B, and then room A stays messy. So yeah, I guess that's also a pro, because it keeps me organized on what I'm focusing on. If the dang old VA would just let me be diagnosed and not have me jumping through hoops, this might be a different story, because I am operating unmedicated. Go me. But I think that's it. I think that's all the cons for now, and all the pros. If I think of anything else, I'll record some more. I'm going to look through the schedule and see if there was anything that I left out. So I feel like this is going to be a really short video. If you've made it this far, thank you for watching. Like I said, this has been the pros, cons, how, and why I let ChatGPT schedule my life for a week. And would I do it again? Absolutely. Am I going to do it again? Next week. I'll let you know how it goes, because now I have new things to incorporate. Like, I have a work schedule on weekends that I can't I have to adjust around. I can't just pretend that's not happening, and I have to have some time for myself if my weekends are going to be. If I'm going to keep my weeks cleaning and my weekends are going to be working, I need to make sure I put some time for myself throughout the day. Will I figure out how to work around scheduled creativity? I don't know. But it is a plan. I'm going to use ChatGPT to schedule my life, get my house organized, adjust my 75 medium date, and try and start again. Because that's all we're doing in this unemployment time, is just trying to figure out different ways to survive. But if you've made it this far, thank you for watching. If you want to see more videos on crocheting, let me know in the comments. This has turned into more of like a weekly blab fest. I just be yapping while I crochet. So yeah, I'm thinking about posting a crochet tutorial at least once a month on different stitches, because that was kind of fun to do. And yeah, anything else you guys want to see, just let me know. But that's it for today. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.